Good morning, children, and welcome to the online teaching session. Students, in the previous video, I have started the chapter 0R, written by Alexander Blade. Now, as I told you that Alexander Blade, he was a writer and he used to write the stories of the science fiction. And so he has written the lesson 0R, which is based on some astronauts, rocket going to the moon, like this event. Okay. Now in this story, there was a boy named as Bobby and his father was a scientist. Rather, we can say that he was an astronaut. So, one day their team had decided to go to the moon. Okay. And this was a complete secret. It was so secret that these scientists were not allowed to tell this thing in their family members also. But unfortunately, or just by luck, Bobby had come to know that his father is going to the moon. So he had decided that he will also go with his father. Okay. So now we will see what the boy will do to go to the moon. Because in the morning, the boy got up and he took his breakfast. He didn't talk too much with his mother, and after that, he told his mother that he joked. Okay, he joked with his mother that he's going to the moon, and after that, he came back into his backyard where one spacecraft was kept, and it was a small spacecraft. A child's play. It's a toy spacecraft was there, and the Bobby was trying to mending that. He was trying to arranging that spacecraft so that he can show to his mom that he is not going anywhere. He is busy in his own work. And after seeing all these things, mother, she went for reading, and now the boy will simply go, and where he will go, this we will see from the lesson. Now, we have already read till paragraph number 15. Once again, I am starting from the 13. Out in the backyard, Bobby fussed around his space rocket, a little tightening a screw here, hammering in a nail there, just until he could slip away without mother noticing where he was headed. Now, what the Bobby was doing? Bobby was trying to be showing that he is very busy with his rocket. He was just showing this thing to his mother. So what is written? In the backyard, Bobby fussed around his spacecraft. Okay. See one word, children. It is F-U-S-S-E-D. Fussed. Its one meaning is something that is related with the excited. Okay. Or we can say that in this sense, the verb will be this one. What we can say that the meaning of first will be disturbed. Okay. So, what is the meaning? What is the sense in this line? Around his spacecraft, the Bobby was looking fast. He was looking disturbed. Okay. Because he was correcting his spacecraft. He was tightening the screw. He was hammering the nail so that he can show to his mom that he is repairing his spacecraft. It wasn't a bad rocket at that. He thought 6 feet long with 2 seats and a neat instrument panel. But the child's stuff, of course. After he had found the way in through the sewer, he hadn't paid any more attention on his own ship. Now see, children, after he had found the way in through the sewer. Now, the boy had found the way to go to the lab. So now he was not showing any interest in his own spacecraft. That was a child's spacecraft. It was a 6 feet long, which contains 2-seater. Like 2 seats were there with complete instrument panel. Everything was there in his own spacecraft. That was the child's spacecraft. But he was not at all interested in that because he had discovered a sewer. By that sewer, he could go to the lab. Okay, so he was not showing any interest. So he hadn't paid any more attention to his own ship, and that's why simply he was wasting his time so that his mother may busy in her own work. He went casually out through the back gate and turned left, kicking at a pebbles as he sauntered along, tried to look as though he had no place to go. Had to be careful, didn't want to bump into any of his friends today either. Now see, he went casually, he went very normally, he was walking normally, he was walking normally and turned left, kicking at pebbles, like he was kicking pebbles also. Sauntered means walk in a slow and relaxed way to appeal as casual. So he was walking sauntered. He was showing that he is walking in a complete relaxed way and he has no place to go. So he'll simply move here and there, and after that he'll come back to his home. Sauntered along, trying to look as though he had no place to go. Had to be careful. Now he was very careful also. Didn't want to bump into any one of his friends today. He was not interested to meet with any one of his friend. Okay, because he had a new plan today. So he didn't want to bump into any of his friends today. He was not interested to knock and to enter into somebody's matter. He was not interested to enter in someone's friend, like in some friend's matter. He was not at all interested in that. He just wanted to go to the moon. So one more word we got here, and the word is, children, bump. Okay. Now the meaning of bump is knock or run into someone. Knock or run into someone. Okay. Now next, the way in through the sewer was at a place behind laboratory. Now he went out. Okay, he came out from his home and he was on the way to the laboratory. Now what he saw one sewer, and that was just behind the laboratory B. So B is the name of the lab. Laboratory B. There was a kind of an alley there that nobody ever walked through. So near the laboratory B, there was a kind of narrow street, and through that narrow street, nobody was going. And then this round lid, you could lift up and look under. Now, on that street, on that narrow street, children, suppose if I draw one array here, alley, okay, A-L-L-E-Y. So the meaning is a narrow street between or behind the building. So behind the building, if there is a narrow street, then that is called as the alley. Now this was containing a tunnel like a structure. Sometimes we see gutters also, na? We see one lid, opening lid. So there was one opening lid on the narrow street. And this Bobby, he could open this lid and he can enter into this tunnel. He can go down through this tunnel. Okay. So this is the meaning of LA and this tunnel. Now see, the way in through the sewer was at a place behind laboratory B. There was a kind of an alley there that nobody would ever walk through, and then this round lid you could lift up and look under, and a ladder you could climb down. Now, after opening this lid, there was a ladder also, and through the ladder anyone can move down. So something was underground, children. Okay, he saw that something is underground, and that's why he gave this as a sewer. So he called this tunnel as a sewer, although it was not the sewer, because sewer means it should contain the dirty water and everything, no? But it was not like that. It was totally neat and clean. But because it was on the road, after opening the lid, the boy was able to enter inside it while moving through the ladders and all. That's why he gave it a name as a sewer. Now, next. Bobby hadn't dared to go down at first. Now, at first, he was not daring to go down. But after thinking about it overnight, his curiosity had prevailed. Okay? And he had gone back and ducked down into the lower level. But after thinking it overnight, because he was thinking it throughout the night that now today he'll go into the moon. So, what he did? His curiosity had prevailed, and the meaning of prevailed is successfully took hold of or won over his nervousness. So, after thinking about the overnight, that is after thinking about all the things that had happened with him, and after thinking that now he will go to the moon, all his, what you can say, that fear, it was overcome. So, everything was prevailed, and he had gone back and dug down into the sewer, into the lower level, and he bent and he entered into the lower level. He called it a sewer because of sewers being underground, but this place was clean and had bunches of wires strung in every direction and faint little lights you could see by. Okay, he gave it a name of a sewer, but actually it was not a sewer. It was neat and clean place, but there were multiple wires. Okay, wires were strung together in all the directions, and a little faint light you could see by. So there was a light, there was a full of wires. So, but he gave it a name as a sewer because it was an underground. Then he found a big dome where they were building the rocket. Then he found a place, okay, from where the rockets and the planes that can take off. So he found a big drone. He found a big place from where the rocket could fly, could go. Where they were building the rocket. It was so sleek and beautiful. It was so smooth and beautiful and shiny. Now he saw the rocket. The rocket was very shining. It was very beautiful and it was very smooth. That he just started at it up through and grating in the floor. Okay, that was for air circulation or something. Yes, where we were? Yes. Then he found the big dome where they were building the rocket. It was so sleek and beautiful and shiny that he just stared at it up through the grating in the floor that was for air circulation or something. Now, he saw one drone. Drone means a place where the rockets can be made. Okay. After that, he saw a very beautiful, shiny and smooth rocket. And underground, there was the grating. The meaning of grating is a metal frame with bars across it used to cover a hole or a window. So, through the window was on the ground only because it was in the ground place. So, through the window only, he peeped to the rocket. And at first, he was not knowing that it is a moon rocket. He was thinking that it is something else. Not until he had gone back several times to peek up at it. And even he had not gone for the several times to see that rocket. Once only he went and once only he saw that. At that time, he was not understanding that this is the first moon rocket. And then one day, two scientists came walking along, close to where he stood, hidden from view. So one day he saw that two scientists came into that tunnel, into that room, or you can say that to the area where the big dome was there, two scientists came and they were talking something. Okay, one of them was father, and out of the two scientists, one was his father. Now, till here it is okay. Now see children, the boy was under the tunnel. Okay, he was already hiding himself, and then one day he saw that his father and one more scientist came there, and they were near to him only, but they were not able to see the Bobby. So whatever they were talking, whatever they talk, everything was easily audible by the Bobby. And by this conversation only, Bobby came to know that this is the moon's rocket and one day it will go to the moon. Okay. So from here there is a twist in the story. Now the boy will decide that how he will go to the moon, because still here everything is past. Everything was past. He was thinking that how he had seen that tunnel, how he entered into it, and then what he saw, how he came to know that this is the rocket and it has to go to the moon. So till here it is okay. The rest portion, that what had happened with the Bobby and whether his father went to the moon or not, everything we will see in the next part. Okay. Till then children, thank you. Have a nice day.